You know what's a big ticket encounter? It's one that even gods want to watch. For an entire week, the rain forecast for Sunday in Melbourne was 80%. And the moment you started gradually coming closer to this day, that forecast kept dropping. And what do we have right now? Sunshine. The gods want to watch India versus Pakistan. Everyone wants to watch India versus Pakistan. Hello and welcome. You're watching Cricbuzz Live. My name is Tanay Tiwari. With me, Mr. Zaheer Khan, Parthiv Patel. This excitement is just so palpable in the air everywhere. India-Pakistan game has to be the top-notch, the biggest ticket game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw India-Pakistan in Asia Cup, but when you're getting into World Cup, it's a completely different beast, isn't it? I mean, Melbourne, only once Melbourne can be full, that is during the Boxing Day Test match.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will see full Melbourne ground only when India-Pakistan is playing, and there will not be many Australians there. There will be a lot of Indians and Pakistani there. And obviously, everyone wants to see this India-Pakistan. We do talk about a lot of rivalries, but there isn't bigger rivalry than India-Pakistan game.
Yeah, there isn't a bigger rivalry, there isn't a bigger game. And while the Boxing Day Test may see a lot of big crowds, but those are largely Australian crowds. When Indian and Pakistani crowds get in, they're way louder. They have to be.
Absolutely, the tricolour and the Pakistan flag.
Yeah.
Anywhere you see, I think it's going to be a mixture of that. And Indian flags will surely be
the majority.
I mean, more in numbers for sure.
Yeah.
You've seen all the excitement so far when you're seeing the build up of that.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the toss.
I'll tell you, the toss has been won by Indian captain Rohit Sharma. He has opted to bowl first on this track. Now, we saw the pitch report from Michael Clarke PP a while back, and he said that he would have wanted to put runs on the board. But clearly, Rohit wants to chase them down, and he wants to give his bowlers a fresh look at a fresh pitch.
Yeah, that's what I think. Wicket has been kept under cover for a while. We've spoken about how damp the weather is, and it's been raining in Melbourne. So all in all, yeah, everyone is trying to bat first, but I think it looks like a tactical thing where India wants to make use of the pitch there. Fresh wicket, there will be definitely bounce there. There would be some swing, and I think India's best chance is when Bhuvi and Arshdeep, if they are swinging the ball. I think it's very good for Indian team. And obviously, we know that Pakistan's strength is Babar Azam and Rizwan. So if fresh conditions, you want to try and exploit those, and then if India can get couple of early wickets, I think nothing like it. So, and Michael Clarke said that because it is big game, I want to put runs on the board.
Yeah.
But India is definitely thinking that we are going tactically. I know it is India-Pakistan game, but we know we've got everything under cover. We don't want to. We are not worried about big game like India-Pakistan.
Yeah, correct. And that's a very Australian way of thinking. Also, they want to put runs on the board. India want to chase because Rohit Sharma at the toss has said that he thinks the ball will swing around a bit. He said our preparations have been good. We played a couple of practice games in Brisbane. It was actually one. The other one was a washout. But he said, time to come out and enjoy ourselves. We were expecting nothing less than this, the full crowd. And he said, we have 7 batters, 3 seamers and 2 spinners. So we'll get the playing 11 out in just a bit. But you're happy with the decision of the toss as well? Bowl first?
I think so.
In these conditions?
It's more to do with the conditions, more to do with the fact that there has been rain around. The conditions have been overcast. So there will be expectation of some moisture in the pitch. There's even covering of grass, as the pitch report is saying. Even though it's hard, there will be some moisture, and there will be some sea movement for sure, if not a lot of swing in the air. So that's something which we'll have to wait and see. And in these games, even though you know that the pressure is going to be high, you don't want to preempt the things. You got to still play the conditions. You got to still stick to the basics of the game and see as things are, and not really kind of play too much in your head or try to build up stories in your head that okay, this is how you want to approach the game. Yes, strategies, tactics, everything is there, but once you are in the game, now once the toss is done and you've made the decision of bowling first, it's about now going out there and executing your plans. It's about staying with the game as it's unfolding. So I think that's going to be very, very critical. Staying in present is going to be very, very critical. And most important thing is you got to enjoy the atmosphere. You got to enjoy the pressure, the atmosphere, and whatever comes along with this kind of a game. You just got to be up for it. I think the team which is up for it is going to walk off with a good start. And if you're getting a good start, then I think half the job is done. You've seen in the past as well, like when Pakistan won against India, they got those early wickets. because they were bowling first, they got those early wickets. Here Rohit Sharma has won the toss, decided to bowl first. So as a bowling unit, you got to honor that. And the way of honoring is picking up those early wickets. And that's something which the Indian team would want to get out of this game in terms of initiating the game and setting that tone. So hopefully the overhead conditions which have been talked about come true, and there will be some help, and Bhuvi will be able to extract some swing.
But is Bhuvi playing?
Oh,
Is Bhuvi playing? Let's
we'll
have a
have to
look
wait
at
and
India's playing 11. Let's have a look at India's playing 11. I was just teasing. Even I don't know what the India playing 11 is. Let's have a look. We are watching it together. Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Virat Kohli, Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Dinesh Karthik. That seems set. Now, Akshar Patel, Ravichandran Ashwin, Bhuvi is playing, Mohammad Shami is playing, Arshdeep Singh is playing. So yeah, there are those two spinners, Ravichandran Ashwin and Akshar Patel. No Yuzi Chahal, no Harshal Patel as well. First reactions, PP.
I think on unexpected lines. Obviously, first we'll talk about Mohammad Shami. I know that's someone who can exploit those conditions. If it's not swinging, he has the ability to hit the deck and try and extract some moment of the pitch. So then Harshal Patel and Mohammad Shami would always be a tactical decision whenever there will be some sort of grip in the wicket. They will play Harshal Patel. But otherwise, I think keeping these overhead conditions in mind, I think Mohammad Shami was probably the right choice. With now what happens here, India has got 3 swing bowlers. Mohammad Shami can swing the ball, Bhuvi obviously can swing the ball, and Arshdeep Singh can actually swing the ball. He can bowl in both 3 part of the game where he can swing the ball initially, he can come in between, and obviously he bowls really well at death over. Ashwin is obviously another, either Ashwin or Chahal. I thought Akshar Patel was anyway given because of his batting exploits. So Akshar Patel was anyway going to play, but Ashwin, I thought, again, tactical thing. We've seen numbers of how Pakistani batters play against off spin. I don't know who's circulating those numbers, but but the numbers are really good. And with a couple of left-handers in Pakistani batting lineup as well. So I thought India has gone tactically right. We've always been talking about whether India has been prepared or not. I thought, going into this World Cup, India can't be better prepared than this. The way, the time they've spent in India, the time they've spent in making sure that what kind of 11 they want to play. They tried all sort of combinations. They've played with 5 bowlers, they played with 6 bowlers. They tried different bowlers, different batters at different positions. And finally, they've come to the, when the D-Day came in, they're ready with their combination. And that has been looked upon when you're looking at the kind of decisions India is taking. We are not overwhelmed by the conditions. We are, we want to go out there and just play a tactical kind of game because we know we are well prepared.
Yeah, that's so true. And Rohit Sharma at that captain's press conference, I think a week back, said that I have decided my playing 11. I've told my guys who are going to play in that game. And that shows the kind of assurance he has, not only in his belief in the kind of system that he's built, the team management has built, and despite all the talk outside, they were very clear the team that they wanted to play, and they're playing that team.
Yeah, correct. And also when you look at this Pakistan team, you would think tactically now what is the best scenario for us.
Okay.
You've seen the way Pakistan have been setting up the game for themselves is by Rizwan and Babar batting deep.
Up top,
so you look at this playing 11, you are giving yourself the best chance. You're playing all the bowlers which has the intent of taking wickets. And if you take those early wickets, which is if you get Babar and Rizwan out early, then you know that you can put this middle order of Pakistan under pressure. So that's the clarity which Rohit Sharma was talking about in the press conference, that he has the clarity. What are the things, what are the matchups, what are the things which are going to give him the edge when he is controlling those 20 overs on the field. If he needs extra seam option, or if he needs someone who can bowl those slower ones which Harshal is bowling, that's Hardik, and that's the balance which you are talking about. So if you need pace off, I think that role is going to be played by Hardik.
Okay.
If there is those kind of assistance from the pitch, so it's pretty straightforward, and simple. When you don't have Bumrah, that void is very tough to fill. What is your best chance? Best chance is bringing someone who is experienced. That's Shami. So I think that call was tactical, also a very well thought through call where you need some kind of sense of someone who can handle the pressure,
Yeah,
someone who has been around. So that's where I think Shami is coming into play. And just the thing which is left is early wickets.
Yeah.
I think if India gets early wickets, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a more comfortable scenario for India to give themselves the best chance of restricting Pakistan to a relatively lower total.
Who are those early wickets? Let's have a look at Pakistan's playing 11 as well. Of course, Babar and Rizwan will open for them, and they are the solid batters. Those are the real engine rooms of this playing 11. Then you've got Shan Masood, Haider Ali, Mohammad Nawaz, Shadab Khan, all of whom can bat. Iftikhar Ahmed, Asif Ali, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Haris Rauf and Naseem Shah. So while the two of them are the engine room, they still bat very deep, PP. But the one thing with this Pakistan playing 11 that we've seen for a while now, even outside of the Asia Cup, is the fact that when the top two get going, the others really gain a lot of confidence from that. Once that doesn't happen, that confidence doesn't percolate down at all.
Yeah, I think they rely really heavy on Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. They want either of them to play at least till 15th over. Once that doesn't happen, they don't score more than 130, 140. So I think there will be a lot of pressure on Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. But the interesting name is Shan Masood. He was not in scheme of things till the Asia Cup. Fakhar Zaman was playing. He didn't get runs. They brought in Shan Masood to get that kind of solidarity which they were looking for. So, and Haider Ali is someone, he's been around for years. He's been playing domestic cricket for number of times, and he has that game. He knows that how to tackle those singles and then how to explode in last few overs. So I think Pakistan has their batting lineup, but it all depends on whether one end has been taken by Babar Azam or Mohammad Rizwan. Then everyone else can play. Then Asif Ali can come in and play those cameos. Then Nawaz can come in and play those big shots. But you have to remember now that Ashwin is a bigger threat for them because he bowls really well against left-handed and the righty batsman as well.
Yeah, with the big boundaries as well. But a lot will rely. I mean, we've spoken a lot about Babar. There is a lot of talk about Babar, but Rizwan has been in some sort of a form. And it's been, what, 2 years now? And Rizwan is just not stopping. He's just continues scoring runs, especially against India, loves batting against India. And he's got that style where he will first solidify a very conventional style, build a platform and then score big. So which is why early wickets are important and Rizwan's wicket is very important for India.
Well, both the batters have that kind of style. And that's how Pakistan has been setting the game up for themselves. So keeping that in mind, they're not going to be very, very concerned if they get off to a slow start, because that has been their style. So they would want to make sure that they don't lose early wicket. That's the kind of approach we've seen. They're very correct players. Rizwan especially is someone who uses that short pitch ball very well. He's predominantly a back foot player. You've seen him putting spinners under pressure by walking across. So that's something which you have to see how the spinners have prepared to take him on. So you got to be one step ahead when you are planning. But general tactics has to be from the bowlers. Think wickets. So be aggressive and make sure that you can take that slight risk. Make them force the issue. So that is something which if I'm there sitting with the bowlers, I would be saying that, like, they are okay if they're not scoring at a higher pace. So you have to make them force that. And how can you force that is by stacking up a couple of overs which are going to invariably put that pressure, and by staying aggressive, not just thinking of giving 5-6 runs, but think of how can I create a wicket. In that process, if you're taking a chance of a boundary, it's fine. So get that ball really pitched up where they can't leave. So those kind of things are very important from Indian bowling unit. Those are the kind of things which you want to see right now. Take that extra risk, but think of getting that early breakthrough. Even if that breakthrough comes in 3rd, 4th, 5th over, doesn't matter. But anytime you're going to get these two batters out, you are going to be in the game. The changes also suggest that there was a concern of the middle order. They have been getting in situations. So that psychological play also has to happen. And at any stage their openers getting out, they will be in that situation. You can take advantage of that. So even if they get off to a flyer, you got to, as a bowling unit, be aware of that fact and know that anytime you pick a wicket, you're going to be in the game.
All right, so a quick one before we move on. Zach on top of his mark at the MCG right now. Rizwan is batting. What's the first ball that you want? Shaping in?
Get it up as up as
Get him to
possible.
drive?
Yeah, get him to drive. Because see, when you're looking to solidify, you are waiting for a loose ball,
Okay.
right? And when you are in that mindset, if you tempt someone with the length which is actually there to hit, you're always confused. You are tentative. So that's something it's worth taking a chance. It might go for a boundary, but it can result in a wicket as well.
Yeah,
So those are the things which are very important when you understand what kind of psyche the two batters are going to walk in with.
Yeah.
They are thinking of not losing a wicket
Yeah.
and not taking extra risks. So they have their options sorted, which is put away the bad balls or maybe wait for the short ball. But you got to be taking that much chance and
Tempt them.
and make them do something which they have not planned for.
All right. Yeah. So the secret is tempt them outside the off-stump. Just get them to drive, get that edge, get that first wicket, get a good start. But on the other hand, Shaheen Afridi is bowling. Parthiv Patel is opening the batting. How do you face him?
I think, for me, for left-handed, it's
Oh,
slightly
yeah,
easier.
damn. Sorry, Naseem Shah. Sorry. Change the question.
Naseem Shah is very good for me. I think he bowls really quick. He doesn't look to swing the ball. Is someone who is hit the length kind of a bowler. So you got to slightly maybe hang back a bit with Shaheen Shah Afridi. You try and look to come in forward because as Zach rightly said, you want to try and see whether it's swinging or not. And once every bowler does it. So as a batter, you have to think that they are going to try and swing it. So maybe just walking across for a first ball itself, just try and drift him away from his own plans, try and make him bowl back off the length. That's something. But for a left-hander, it's slightly easier because it doesn't come in. For any righty batsman, so I've always believed that the most difficult ball is the left hand coming in. I think that's the most difficult ball. If you're not in a position, 100% position with the quality which Shaheen Shah Afridi has, it's going to hit you.
Oh, don't remind us.
Yeah.
Please. No such memories right now.
So,
but the other guy, and because India are chasing today now, Virat Kohli loves batting against Pakistan. Loves batting against Pakistan in T20 World Cups. Look at that, in T20 World Cups versus Pakistan, those numbers are obscene if you're a Pakistan fan because just doesn't make sense. Today is another chance. He's kind of gotten back into the groove. That monkey's off the shoulder now, the 71st. Everything is going right and this is just a chance. And you know Virat very well, the two of you. He loves the big stage and this is perhaps the biggest stage, 100,000 plus people watching.
Yeah, but Virat Kohli loves this kind of challenges.
Yeah.
He wants to be out there. I think I'm sure he must be itching to I'm sure he's batting at number 3, but he must be itching to get in and hoping that India gets a good chance. So, you want to play as many balls as possible. You want your openers to get runs as well, but you want to get that challenge. You want to stay not out, which Virat Kohli always does. When you're chasing, he knows his numbers really well. While chasing, he knows the tempo of the game. And to me, in these Australian conditions, he becomes a very, very crucial player because if early wicket falls, he has the capability of negotiating the swing, the bounce, the pace. And once India gets a good start with the kind of rhythm he is in, the kind of runs he scored, he has the ability to take that momentum along. So I think he can play in both gears. So as far as India is concerned, I think Virat Kohli is a very, very important player.
That is so true, Zach, because even in that warm-up with Surya Kumar Yadav, the one thing that he was doing really well was using the dimensions really well. Because we've heard from you guys that it's not a six-hitting competition in Australia. So you have to get into those gaps and convert those twos into threes. And at one point, Surya was panting for breath, but Virat was just fit and fine. He said, yeah, I can run one more. And that will be very crucial again.
Well, that's Virat Kohli for you. And also, you got to have the best understanding of what are your strengths and weaknesses. So there has to be a formula which obviously Virat has developed it, and he has been pushing that bar higher and higher in terms of understanding what works for him, what doesn't work for him, and pace is something which he has always enjoyed facing. That gives you that advantage as well. He's very strong off his legs. He's got those very strong wrists. You've seen the kind of drives he hits. So that's something which will always work in his favor when he's playing in Australia. Those conditions he thrives upon. You look at you're showing his record in against Pakistan. If you take out his numbers in Australia, they are phenomenal. So these conditions he thrives on, and that will give him that edge going into this game for sure. He must be looking forward to just get out there and enjoy the atmosphere because big players enjoy the big occasion.
Yeah.
And today certainly is the big occasion for him to be all geared up to fire in all the all the cylinders.
cylinders.
Yeah. So that's what we can expect from this. And also, when for a batter you've played for so long, you also have a very clear understanding of tactically how to approach. So if you know that you are facing Shaheen, okay, what is Shaheen's plan going to be against me? So the good players are actually very good with understanding this. You know what is going to be his wicket taking option, or what is going to be his psyche when he is going to be bowling against me, and how can I have one up on him? So that's something which I've seen Virat approach with. So a lot goes in behind understanding the style of bowlers, how they will be looking to get him out. So I'm expecting all those things from him. The lean phase is over. Now he can focus on all these things again back and take it forward.
And when you're playing in Australia, it's all about skills. It's not about power hitting. When we've seen in 2016 or the World Cup was in India, where India was outdone by power of West Indies. But it's all about skills. It's all about running between the wicket. It's all about hitting those gaps, hitting those pockets where you will get 2s and 3s. We've seen dimension. It's 80 yards either side. Even the shortest boundary is about 78 yards straight. So there'll be a lot of 2s and 3s to offer, and then Virat Kohli, we know how well he runs between the wicket and how well he pushes other batsmen also. For India's point of view, I think he's the guy who can actually play all the roles which are required on this kind of conditions.
So Virat loves Pakistan. Virat loves batting in Australia. Any bold predictions? PVPDA?
No,
or we're going to reserve that.
There aren't any bold prediction, but I think today India will not have to make an appointment with disappointment.
Oh, you got a lie. You got a lie.
I think India is well prepared. Virat Kohli is well prepared. So I think India will have a good day today.
Okay, so we'll need single shot of Parthiv, and we'll take this again. This has to become a reel.
India will not have to make an appointment with disappointment.
Oh, what a line! Hashtag PVPedia, too good. Now for that disappointment.
I have a funny feeling that he's translated from Hindi to English.
No, I was watching something yesterday in the flight, and then that I read that line, and that I decided that India is well prepared. And I will use this.
Very secret. With limited English, you have to do that. I also do that. Read something. I have to make notes.
Yeah.
Risk ही नहीं लेने का बिल्कुल भी. Whatever you कुछ अच्छा लगे चिपका दो आगे. But the one thing that Mohammad Shami is playing today, and there was a lot of talk around. Mohammad Shami, will he have the rhythm or not? The sample size that the world has seen is only that one over in that warm up. But you were talking about this while we were doing the Sri Lanka Ireland game, and you said that it's very important to see how he's bowling in the nets. He's certainly given a lot of confidence to the team management for him to come in because he hasn't played a lot of cricket. T20s especially.
That doesn't really matter. As long as you are in touch, as long as you've played enough games. See, once you get to a level, it's just about how you're getting prepared. I think you see that list.
Yeah.
Someone like Mitchell Starc has played only 8 matches.
Yeah.
So does that mean that he's not going to make that impact? Mark Wood has played 4 matches. I mean, does this mean that he's not going to make an impact? Absolutely not. There is no measure of that. What is important is that on the given day in those conditions, will he be able to give himself the best chance of doing the job for the team? And I think this was a condition-based call as well.
Yeah.
Because you've seen that couple of days there has been rain around. There is a talk of some seam movement also might be available for the bowlers. Who is your best guy to extract the best help from the pitch? That's definitely Shami, because you've seen in Test cricket. These are the conditions where you need someone who can bowl those Test lengths and not really look at the white ball length. Those two lengths are different. So you can get that help. So I think that has been the thought process, and that's how Shami's name have come in that playing 11, and also the net practices and stuff. You get a best judge of someone who is ready or not in your net practices, and surely the Indian team management must have seen enough to know, especially when Bumrah is not there. So to give that mantle to someone who can have that effect to get the best result.
Another guy on that list, PP, was also Shaheen Shah Afridi, and now he's also returning from an injury. And we saw him bowl in that warm-up against Afghanistan. The few that he bowled, he sent Rahmanullah Gurbaz to the hospital, and he wasn't bowling full tilt.
Yeah, he was swinging the ball as Zach said. You know, once you have that confidence, once you have overs behind you, in the nets also, with your experience, you get better. And then obviously Mohammad Shami, we saw he bowled only 1 over in that practice game and got 3-4 wickets. So there has to be rhythm behind him. But yeah, and for India's point of view, I think Shaheen Shah Afridi is the main we can say main weapon for, because we've seen how Rohit Sharma or KL Rahul or Virat Kohli, they have that possibly weakness where they get out to lefty bowlers who gets it in, but it will be about only 1 over. In this condition it swings only 1 or 2 overs, and for India I think it'll be playing like a test.
Yeah.
Overs, right? First 3 overs, how you play in Test cricket, and if India can do that, I think India should be able to chase whatever Pakistan will score.
So the players are walking out for the national anthem, and I've just heard that Rohit Sharma is emotional at this national anthem. And I love national anthems, especially at these big games, especially with all those crowds. And it's a big thing for Rohit Sharma. I mean, to lead India in a World Cup, you grow up wanting to play cricket for India, and then to lead them, represent them at the biggest of stages, this would mean the world to him right now, and he'd love to give it his best. But, Zach, I want to know your national anthem stories. What is it like when you stand in the middle with thousands and thousands of people going towards the end of our national anthem, Jaya He, Jaya He, Jaya He? Must give you goosebumps.
Yeah, the whole stadium actually, you'll hear the whole stadium singing. Yeah. So that is a very, very special. There's no doubt about that. Before any game, when you're playing that national anthem, it's an emotional stage also for you. Personally for me, it always used to just bring that seriousness. Bring that seriousness that the job you have in hand and the responsibility you have in hand. That the game is starting, and it's not only about you. It's also about the whole country expecting things from you, and you don't want to let them down. So those are the kind of emotions usually which go through your mind, and it inspires you. It inspires you to go out there and put your best foot forward. So yeah, I mean it's always a special one, and you always enjoy that.
As a youngster, it would mean just invigorate you, right?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's very inspiring. Obviously, when not only that 1 lakh people or 70,000 Indian supporters are singing national anthem, it's all over the world. Indians are backing you, right? I mean, wherever we know that when you're playing India Pakistan, forget India Pakistan, any game you're playing for India, you know that every Indian is supporting you, and every Indians they want you to do well, and that's exactly the kind of feeling you get, that you go out there and try and do whatever you can do on the field, leave no stone unturned, and that's exactly what you'll feel. And definitely an emotional moment for you when you're hearing national anthem on the ground.
Wow, such profound emotions. That is what this game is all about. Of course you play on the ground, but the kind of emotions, the drama around it is what builds up the spectacle of India versus Pakistan. Quickly before we go, smart picks for you. If you have to pick one player right now to excel.
Excel for India, I think Mohammad Shami is going to.
Mohammad Shami.
Yeah. I think Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
All right.
You from India's point of view, you would want to see him swing the ball, and when he is in that kind of a rhythm, you will see him get wickets. You can't keep him away from taking the wickets. When he is in that kind of a rhythm. So hope that he is in that kind of rhythm and having that kind of a day.
All right. Pakistan are batting first. Let's have a look at their playing 11. India won the toss, opted to field first. That's a good batting attack that relies very heavily on Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. Let's have a look at India's bowling attack, who've brought in Mohammad Shami. Harshal Patel sits out. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Arshdeep Singh, Ravi Ashwin, Akshar Patel and Hardik Pandya make that combined bowling attack. Prediction game, gentlemen, very quickly. How many runs are Pakistan making?
135.
Whoa!
Yes.
I'm sticking to 165.
Oh, okay.
Today's number is 165.
Today's number is 165. You should sit less with AJ. AJ also does this. He sticks to one number. Okay, 165, 145.
145.
Yeah. 145. What are your predictions?
Emotional decision this is. Sorry? Emotional decision.
Emotional decisions, yes. Absolutely. आज थोड़ा तो यहाँ से भी यहीं से सोच रहा हूँ मैं तो वैसे भी यहीं से सोचता हूँ थोड़ा दिल कमजोर है मेरा तो मैं यहीं से सोचता हूँ यहाँ से नहीं सोचता ये तो और कमजोर है but it is time for us to go. Thank you Zach, thank you PP for joining in, thank you to all of you as well. We'll see you at the 10th over mark with Cricbuzz Combox. That's all on Cricbuzz Live. See you super soon.